What's up, DC Next? Back to another DC Comics review. And guys, today we're checking out a new series. Another series written by Tom Taylor. Yes, I'm going over DC's right now, DC's Dead Planet. But I wanted to check out Tom Taylor's other series that just came out, I think, like this week. It was pretty much Injustice Year Zero. Now, guys, they released 3 issues at once. And we're going over the first issue in this video. And guys, just before we jump into this first issue, let's talk about Injustice, the universe, right? Injustice Gods Among Us, the video game. Awesome video game, and I love Injustice 2 as well, but the comics written by Tom Taylor are amazing. Like Injustice Year 1 through 5, great comics, then the Injustice 2 comics, and then we have now we have Injustice Year 0, which is pretty much like a prelude to everything, right? Like way back, which is really cool. I like seeing just Tom Taylor expand the Injustice world, because it's one of my favorite Elseworld stories of all time, Injustice Gods Among Us. But guys, before we dive in, tell me your favorite moment from anything Injustice, from Year 1, Year 2, Year 3, Year 4, Year 5, all those comics, or maybe the video games, and just tell me which Elseworld story do you think is better, DC's or Injustice, alright? What's cool about that is both of them are written by Tom Taylor. It shows that Tom Taylor is great at writing Elseworld storylines, and he's actually great at writing in-continuity storylines too. He's just a great writer all around. Now guys, dive into this issue, we see pretty much somebody monologuing. They're saying it could have been better if they were here, if they didn't die. And you see that pretty much, because in the Injustice universe, you saw Superman become a tyrannical leader, and this whole division of the insurgency and the regime, and you had like a war, right, between Superman and Batman. It went really bad. Pretty much heroism went out the door. And you see in this monologue that if the Just Society of America were still alive, then maybe all this would have been prevented. We would actually see what real heroes are like, and we would pretty much based off our heroism after them. But no, they were gone. We actually see a panel of like a dead Flash, pretty much dead JSA members, like their hands and stuff. And you're like, what happened? But that's when we see 1 year ago. We go back 1 year. And this whole series, guys, by the way, is going to be 14 issues. So yeah, the 14 issues, that is in a span of 1 year. So I'm pretty excited to see how this unfolds. But we go back 1 year and we go to pretty much this one person, right? And we have this guy named Andre, alright? Or Mr. Shavard. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that last name right. But still, we have Andre, and he's in the prison. He has an illness, and the doctor's telling him that, yeah, your illness, you're gonna die in like a month. Like, it's not going well. So I actually arranged like a hearing, like a parole hearing, so maybe you could get out and see the people you love before you die. And Andre's like, yeah, that's great. And then he has like a parole hearing with all these different members, and they're saying, no, I'm sorry, I guess you have a bad condition, but no, you're not getting out of this prison because of what you've done. And Andre is like, but I want to see my grandson. I need to show him that I'm coming, like we can actually meet up. And the different members of this like meeting are like, yeah, but your grandson knew that you were here this entire time. He never visited you, so it doesn't matter. You're staying here, you're not getting out. Now, this pretty much shows that Andre's stuck. He's gonna die in prison. Now he starts going back, he has his books on the stand, and he actually sees Brick, which guys, Brick is actually a cool villain that I more associate with Green Arrow most of the time. When we see him come by, Brick's like, hey, what did I tell you about reading books? And that's when Andre's like, yeah, I'm not reading books, alright? I'm actually writing something to somebody. And Brick's like, who are you writing to? I'm writing to somebody about what I could give, pretty much what I can offer so I could get out of this prison. And Brick's like, what can you offer that I can't? He's like, the power to control a god. Now, what we shift to, guys, is we see Superman, he's going to Gotham. For some reason, well, actually, he's going to Gotham for a reason, to check up on Batman. And what he arrives at is he sees Nightwing, Huntress, Batman, and Damian fight off against all these different Black Masks, right? And Superman asks Nightwing, and he's like, hey, do you need help? And Nightwing's like, yeah, we actually, pretty much, Black Mask is terrorizing Gotham City, and there's all these different ones, but they're running away. And Superman's like, alright, I'll help you out, I'll lend a hand. You see Superman fly, and he pretty much wraps up all these Black Masks, and takes them down. Now, Nightwing and Huntress are like, thank you, Superman, we really appreciate that. But Batman and Damian stand tall. They're literally like this. It's freaking awesome. I love this part. Because they are really in the same stance, and it shows father and son. They're just like this, like, we didn't ask you for your help. Why are you here? And then there's Superman, and he's like, well, I came here to pretty much check up on you, Batman. Batman's like, oh, you checked if I'm going to that gathering. And Superman's like, yeah, because I pretty much assumed that you would make like an excuse that something's going on in Gotham City. Batman's like, yeah, like Black Mask terrorized my city. And Superman's like, yeah, but that's over. Batman's like, it's not over yet. And Nebula's like, yes, it's over. Go, Batman. We see Batman make it to this one gathering between the Justice League and the JSA at the Watchtower. Now, we see a big photo shoot, this double page spread of all these JSA members just doing a photo op. It's so cool, guys. You see Liberty Bell, you see Sandman, you see the Spectre, you see Alice Scott, Green Lantern, Jay Garrick, Wildcat. Guys, there's so many characters to name, and I have the image on the screen right now, but you guys tell the comment section below, name all the characters and tell me your favorite from that whole group. My favorite, it's a close one, but I'm going with the Spectre, because I love the Spectre. It's either the Spectre or Wildcat, because I actually really love Wildcat too. Well, he's next, and Superman's raising a glass to the Justice Society. He's like, here is pretty much to honor them, because they pretty much showed what heroism is like over all these years. They taught us, they pretty much made like a framework for all these heroes like Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman to base themselves off, so they could be real heroes. And Superman also says, and also they saved the world like 17 times, so we wouldn't be there here without them. And Superman's like, to the Justice Society. Wonder Woman's like, to the Justice Society. And Flash's like, yeah, to the Justice Society. So you see all these Justice League members just honoring the JSA. It was just really cool. I love the JSA. It's cool to see them back, right? And the artwork looks amazing. Like that photo op image was great. Now what we see next is Batman. He's not pretty much toasting at all. He's not really raising a glass. And Wildcat's like, why aren't you toasting? And Batman's like, well, I'm actually, my hydration limit is at its optimum, so I'm kind of done for the night, because I have to go protect Gotham City. And Wildcat's like, how is it that I've lived since 1920s and I'm not the old man in the room? He's like, so if you're not drinking, do you want to fight? And Batman's like, no, I don't want to fight you. And Wildcat's like, what, are you scared that I'll beat you in front of your friends? And that's what Batman's like, square up. So Batman's like, square up, let's do this. And Wildcat's like, alright, rules. No using any of your weapons, any of like your hidden gadgets. It's just gonna be one-on-one, just boxing, taking each other down. And Batman's like, alright, let's go. So Batman actually, they start fighting, they punch and stuff, and Batman actually hits like a nerve on Wildcat on his right arm. Now Batman's like, alright, that's good. And Wildcat's like, oh, you forgot about something. And Batman's like, the feeling in your right arm will come back in 3, 2, but before you can finish, Wildcat hits him with his left arm, just knocks him out, guys. Batman goes flying, and you see Flash watching this, and he runs over to Jay Garrick. He's like, Jay! And Jay's like, what is it, Barry? Barry's like, Batman just got punched, he's going down. And you see Jay Garrick and Flash get popcorn, they're watching, they're like, this is entertainment. It's hilarious. I love to see it. I love the interactions between Flash and Jay Garrick. You see him watch it, Batman get knocked down, he falls, and Wildcat's like, hey, I've been trying to tell you to protect pretty much your face from my left arm for 20 years. And we see Batman's walking away, kind of angry, and he says to Jay Garrick and Flash, oh, I can smell popcorn. Like, wow, really? How could you smell us eating popcorn? And they're like, wait, you kind of mad about it? It's like, yeah, I'm not gonna stay here. I just got knocked out by Wildcat. And Flash's like, really? You're mad about that? Like, you just got knocked out by a Wildcat. At least I thought you'd at least enjoy that. And Batman's like, alright, I enjoyed that a little bit. And Superman's like, don't go Gotham City tonight. It can handle itself for the night. It's fine. Just stay here and enjoy yourself. But what we see in Gotham City is this whole prison, Blackgate Prison, is getting invaded by all these different clowns. He start killing people, pretty much killing a bunch of people, and you see Joker come out, and you see Andre, the guy from the beginning, look out of his jail cell, and Joker's like, okay, I hope this is the right cell, because if I just kill a bunch of people for no reason, that's kind of embarrassing. So, what do you have for me? So Joker's face to face with Andre, and that's how the first issue ends. So that's really cool, guys. I actually really like this issue, seeing the JSA come back, seeing Joker get involved at the end, and Andre is actually an interesting character that I want to see developed further. And guys, the writing, like the interactions between Flash and Jay Garrick are just great. Batman and Wildcat, like there's so many great characters in this issue, and they're all written so well by Tom Taylor. Like Tom Taylor starts off the series on the right footing. I'm excited to read issue number 2 and issue number 3. So overall, I'm gonna give this issue a 9 out of 10. Definitely recommend. Check it out, guys. It's so awesome. And if you haven't read the Injustice comics before, still check it out, because you don't need a lot of knowledge. Like, if you have knowledge of the Injustice universe, it'll make it better. But if you don't, then still check this out. It's a prelude to everything. So if you start here and then pretty much read and play everything else, all the other stories in the Injustice universe, that's kind of perfect. Because now you're actually going at the right pace. But if you do know knowledge of the Injustice universe, then you'll really love this. Because it's just really cool. It gets me excited to see how this actually, this whole story develops and actually leads up to the end of this series. It's only 14 issues, but it's gonna be a lot going on. But yeah, guys, in the comment section below, tell me about this issue. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What do you think about the JSA being back? actually written by Tom Taylor, with about Batman versus Wildcat, Jay Garrick and Flash interacting. You guys, some of your favorite part of this issue. If you like the video, give a big thumbs up. You should make sure to watch my next Injustice Year Zero video. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and peace out.